18 of the How to Make Money Online 30-day challenge. Today's topic is going to be website flipping. Thank you, Sweetums. That's a way to start right here within the first 10 seconds. That's it. Sweetums, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah. All right. So today we're gonna talk about website flipping today, and it's it's one of those kind of like side hustles. I think that a lot of people they might have heard about, but they actually don't know kind of how it works and all the intricacies. So we're gonna kind of cover that stuff today. We're gonna do our overview like we always do, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. It's gonna be a good one. So all right, so let's start with what is website flipping. So website flipping basically is the process of buying an existing website, improving it, and then increasing its value, and then selling it for profit. So it's pretty simple, pretty easy to understand. Um, Basically, the process is kind of like real estate flipping. If you think about like real estate, like a real estate investment, you're gonna flip a house, that kind of thing. But this involves, obviously digital properties instead of a physical house. So um, any kind of improvements can come in the form of maybe like enhancing the web design, the look, the feel, the branding, increasing its traffic, improving its content, and optimizing it for search engine or SEO. And then, of course, increasing revenue streams if that's appropriate for the website. That's it. Who's ready for website flipping today? Sweetums, you're ready. That's right. Ready with the flipping. Is there a certain emoji that kind of corresponds with that? Is that I tell yeah, I was wondering that too when we were starting this. I'm like, oh great. Is there gonna be like, one of those, I think we had yesterday we had somebody pop in and they said a couple of actually it was only two letters that kind of goes along with that. I was like, okay, all right, we're getting started early, so that's good. So okay, so there is. That's right. All right. We'll try to keep it a family show, right, as best we can. Unless, of course, you know, you are trying to kill 15 minutes and you needed some. Well, that was family too. So, but okay. So let's get going here. Let's talk about. So we're gonna talk about how to get started with website flipping. We'll kind of go through some of the high level, and then we'll get a little bit deeper and we'll kind of go from there. So as always, you guys feel free to ask any questions that you have. Just pop in, ask questions in the live chat, and be good to go. So okay, so for starters, the first thing you definitely want to do is you want to educate yourself. So basically, learn the basics of website development, SEO, content creation, and digital marketing. And there's a lot of free and also paid resources available online. Um, some of my favorites and what I'm always going to suggest or recommend first is, of course, YouTube because it's totally free. You don't have to worry about it. You're not going to pay a dime. It doesn't necessarily mean that the information is 100%, I want to say legitimate, but it's definitely a good place to start for sure. So, and really, you can start with like the keyword of website flipping. So that's definitely step number one. Because if you don't really understand what you're kind of getting into, it's kind of hard to actually take this on as a side hustle and eventually, try to make money. So, okay. So, next up is setting a budget. So, you got to determine how much are you willing to invest, like initially on a website. And this is definitely going to help you decide whether you're going to buy maybe like a lower cost site or invest in a more established one, perhaps with more traffic, maybe some backlinking going on, and definitely like a substantial kind of audience. So that's just something to kind of think about as you're going through the initial stages of the process. Um, so choose a niche. That doesn't necessarily mean like choose a niche for the website that you buy, but you kind of want to focus on a specific niche that interests you when you're actually looking for a website. And you want to make sure that it has potential for growth. That's really important. So this makes it easier to create valuable content and engage with your audience if it's something that's more engaging and something that is more kind of more um, maybe like more in demand, that kind of thing. Hey, Dragon Rider, welcome back. It's great to have you back. How you doing? All right, so we're today's topic, we're just talking about website flipping. So we'll kind of get into like the tools and the platforms and stuff we use here in a little bit, but we just want to kind of go over some of the high level stuff just to get the educational side of the understanding. So okay, so find websites to buy. That's kind of the whole thing, right? So thank you, Dragon Rider. We're happy to have you here. So you want to find websites to buy, and that's really kind of like the whole philosophy with this whole thing is. So there are marketplaces definitely that you can find websites to buy on. Um, some of them just randomly to name a few are Flippa, FLIPPA, Empire Flippers is another one, or FE International. Is these are all platforms to find websites for sale, and to look for sites with potential improvement. And such as those, like they'll give you stats and they'll show you, okay, here's some with decent traffic, but maybe a poor design or poor monetization, that kind of thing. So you really want to kind of zero in and kind of like hone in on what you're actually looking to buy. So if you have an idea of what you're looking to buy, I think that kind of helps you with the process. So, okay. So next in the step in the process, you're going to evaluate potential purchases. So what does that mean exactly? So you want to analyze the data, analyze the website you're interested in, look at the traffic statistics, potentially revenue, the content quality. How does the website hold up? Is it just a couple of pages, or is there a good chunk of actual content on here that you think is worthy of buying this website? Also the backlink profile. Has there been links in between from different websites? So. Yeah, Dragon Rider. So, do you need to find a niche to buy domains, or can you just buy whatever? So, yeah, to be completely honest, you could theoretically just buy whatever. Um, yeah, yeah, no, you're good. No worries. I'll pop in, I'll answer your question, and I'll kind of get back to the outline. No, it's all good. Yeah, so you can definitely buy whatever you want, in terms of, if you're going to flip it, if there's something that's a really good deal. It really depends on how much work you're willing to put in, and what kind of work, and what are you actually going to be doing as far as like when you're, hey, lost time, how you doing? Yes, we are seriously talking about website flipping. Hang out and join us for a sec. So you can really just choose whatever niche that you want. There's going to be some more that, more like in demand niches, but if you find a website that is it's got a little bit of potential and the website price is cheap enough, then you're willing to take a gamble on the website itself. So, um, yeah, really, basically, it's up to you what you want to do, how much time and energy, and even money that you want to spend. So, that's kind of I know it's more of like a general answer, but that's kind of the answer as far as like, do you have to buy a specific niche, or can you buy just whatever you want? Um, so, yeah, so there's definitely tools that you can use to analyze the data, and some of these tools are free or they have free components to them, like free trials, and some of them cost money. So the free tools that I definitely like to use is Google Analytics. That one's definitely free. It's built into any, as long as you have a Gmail account, you can hook it up to your website, and it's going to show you statistics like it'll show you clicks, it'll show you as far as like where the clicks are coming from, as far as search engine versus actually like click on the homepage or individual pages. It really drills down and it gives you a nice kind of report and analytics set. That one's free, so that one's really nice. The next one is SEM Rush. We talked about that a couple days ago on one of our challenges before. And that one is primarily a keyword research tool, but they also do have really great analytics that you can use. So I think they have a 7-day free trial, and then after that, it costs money in order to do like. But I think you can do a little bit of analytics with the free trial and the free account. So, or Hrefs is another one that's similar to SEM Rush, but they also have in-depth analysis as well. So it's really going to depend on, if you have a preference with what your site is in terms of analyzing the data. So, well, we can go into those a little bit later. Okay, so then you're gonna come time to make a purchase. So once you narrow it down, once you have an idea and you're like, okay, I feel good about this one or that one, then you're gonna negotiate a fair price and make the purchase. So you definitely want to ensure all legal agreements and ownership transfers are complete in terms of if you're going to be selling or buying or selling on a platform, then I'm sure that the platform itself is going to have all the legalese and the documentation that you need in order to make sure that the transfer is successful and the ownership of the domain is is also successful and complete. So I'm gonna stop there for a quick sec. Do you guys have any questions out there so far with kind of high level of what we're talking about with domain flipping and okay. So the next step in kind of like the hierarchy, just to kind of understand the entire process, is improving the website. So once this is assuming once you made a purchase and you own the website, you own the domain, you own whatever the hosting is, you can transfer that to wherever, if you want to keep it at the current hosting platform or transfer it somewhere else, including DNS and all that. So, all right, so Dragon Rider asked, do you need any skills to buy domains? So no, actually, you don't need skills to buy domains at all. There's a bunch of different websites you can buy domains on. It could be GoDaddy.com is one of the most well-known, the popular brands. Another one is Namecheap. You can go to Dan.com. Um, so there's a lot. There's a lot of different places you can buy a domain. Really, when you think about buying a domain versus buying a website, you really want to focus on having something that's engaging and that's short, but and something that's easily that's going to be kind of roll off the tongue and that can be remembered pretty easy. So if you're interested, I do have a video on our channel about how to buy a domain. So if you're interested in that, we can post a link and we can get that over to you. So yeah, good question though, Dragon Rider. So once you buy the website, it gets transferred over to you and everything. You're gonna start improving the website by optimizing the design, the content, the SEO. Hey, Grand Shirley, how you doing? Good to see you guys. Welcome in. So happy you guys can make it. All right, you guys didn't miss anything. We're getting started here with day 15 of website flipping. So you guys didn't miss much. I always think of that. You got to pay before I read your comment. Sweetums. So after you start, when improving your website, really you want to focus on increasing traffic, increasing revenue, that kind of thing through various strategies, through improving the site speed. So if the mobile speed, like the page speed, is really low, you definitely want to find ways to improve that, such as maybe shrinking down your images primarily to like JPEGs. That way, you know that they're going to be really quick when they load if they're featured images on your site. So, and then we're gonna get into I mean, that's, not like the usual kind of, language that we see. So, but it's not every day you meet a doctor on a live stream. So anyway, back to it, back to it. So then you're going to monitor and you're going to optimize. So you have to continuously monitor the website's performance using tools like analytics and Google Search Console. And you really want to make sure that you're making data-driven choices and as far as like decisions to further optimize and grow the site. So you're really thinking of like the site holistically. If this is what you choose to do, so that's kind of why you really want to make sure that everything is in line. You're picking the right website for you. You know, it's not too expensive, and you have the time, the energy, and the dedication really to work on this website. So, I mean, I know that definitely that website flipping can be absolutely lucrative. Buying it for low, and then usually people that have a team that kind of work with them, they can kind of come in, do their whole like pit crew and like a race kind of thing. You know, polish up everything and then get it sold, turn around, flip it, get it sold. But if it's just like a single individual, then I think it's a little more challenging in that if you have time, then it's great. But it's one of these side hustles that I think definitely takes more dedication and determination in order to make it work. So, and then finally, at the very end, once you're fully satisfied, you're gonna again, or instead of buying in the beginning like we did, then you're gonna come back around. You're gonna sell the website. So once a website has really shown like significant improvement and increased revenue, possibly you can list it for sale in a marketplace, potentially where you bought it, the same marketplace where you bought it. So highlight its growth and potential to attract buyers in to see if anybody would be interested in buying. So all right, we're about to jump into the tools section. So I want to see how are you guys doing out there? Anybody have any questions? Okay, so Dragon Rider asks, are there any domains worth buying anymore? Are all the good ones already taken? Yeah, so I definitely think there's a ton of great ones that are worth buying. So um, definitely when you look at it, so you can't make this stuff up, right? um, okay, so yeah, there's definitely a lot of good ones out there. I think, and really, it's all about being creative and having that kind of idea in your mind about being an entrepreneur and what actually would work. So when we're talking about a domain, Dragon Rider, we're talking about like the whole website as a whole. But yeah, for a domain, there's definitely domains that that are linked to websites that are worth it. And I think it really depends on what the niche is that you're willing to really work on and give it effort. So definitely. So yep. Love, life, money. How to money. Is that a question or is that a statement? I really appreciate you popping in because that I think that made the live stream so far. Just that comment, which is not even a sentence. I love that. Thank you for saying that. Okay, so 18 minutes in, we're already doing good. So, all right, so we're gonna talk about some website marketplaces and oh no, you're good. No, you're good, Dragon Rider. It's all good. Yeah, these are great. I mean, this is how we all learn, right? So, being curious, asking questions, that kind of thing. There is no dumb, no stupid questions. Obviously, as long as it stays on course, you're good to go. Yep. So, okay, so these tools here for website flipping. So let me just grab my notes real quick. Okay. All right, so there's three main yeah, right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So there's three main website marketplaces. We're actually going to kind of go into two. So the three main ones I like to talk kind of highlight is Flippa, Empire Flippers, and FE International. So I want to flip my screen around or flip the camera around so we can take a look here. And let me just pull these up real quick. Okay. Okay, so Flippa, what was the other one? It was Empire Flippers. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull these up. That way it's not boring here. Empire Flippers. Okay. Okay, so let me get this flipped around real quick, and then we can take a look. That way it's, nobody wants to see me talk about this. Okay, let me flip this thing around. Let's move over to the other tripod here that's a little bit shorter. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Let me adjust this real quick. All right, so this first one that we're looking at is flippa.com. So flippa, like you're flipping something. And let me scoot this over so we can kind of see this a little bit better. Let me pull this over. Okay. So basically what it is here is the number one places to buy and sell digital services, Shopify stores, and the list goes on and on. So I'm going to post this. Oh, thank you, Sweetums. You got it. Awesome. Okay, so what you can see here is at the very top, they have brokers. So who the brokers are. So basically like who is actually going to be helping you out. And they break down their individual, like some of the people that you might work with as far as that way you can know that you're going to be talking to a human being, which is actually pretty cool and not just some random, not just an AI thing, but also it's not just a random person. Um, so what you can do is you can actually type in some sort of keyword here. So what we're going to do, how about this? Does anybody have any ideas, like a keyword or anything that you guys want us to type in, and we can do it live. So any examples that you guys want to, just something to see what something is for sale. So um, maybe it could be anything. So we'll do like some type of blog. Right. Okay, so let's get an idea. How about we do, let's see. Sweetums said once I tried to do something about the moon landing with the all-female crew. Like sorry, Sweetums, what is I think I'm lost. What does that mean? Affiliate. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Grand Shirley. So let's do this. So we'll do affiliate and then we'll do blog. How about that? Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to break this down for us, and it's going to say that right now there is about 4,700 active websites, blogs for sale. So what you can see here is, oh, Sweetums, I'm sorry. I got it. Okay, I understand. Sorry, I didn't get it at first. Okay, yeah, I got you. Okay, so this is how it breaks it down for us. So they basically give you the website in the middle, and then they give you the asking price over here. So we'll just scroll down. So let's see. So it tells us, it kind of breaks it down. It gives you the website name first, and then it'll break it down. It'll tell you some details, a verified listing, which is actually pretty cool. So basically, let's see if it tells you what that means. So the Flippa vetting team, a broker, has verified this listing to ensure accuracy of the stated financial operations performance. Okay. So what that basically means is Flippa themselves, the brand, the company, they vetted anything that has a verified listing tag on it. They vetted them and they basically said, okay, hey Fioki, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining. We're so happy to have you here. Today we're talking about website flipping. So we're just looking at a website flipping platform called Flippa. I always want to say like Flipper, like the dolphin, but it's Flippa with an A. So nice, Sweetums. Better go with affiliate. Okay. So this one right here, it says 3-year-old content site, about 1,400 high quality posts in the food and kitchen niche, generating about $1,300 a month net profit from display ads, affiliate income, and guest posts. So their asking price is $30,000. So what we can do is you can go in here and you can say view listing, and then it's going to break everything down. So it'll say the site age, or it gives you a little bit more. So website, food and drink. It kind of gives you a little description down here. So this one is sponsored, it looks like. So it's 3 years old. The estimated monthly profit is about $1,000 a month. Profit margin, 100%. Page views, that's pretty impressive. About 8,700 a month. 87,000 a month. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty crazy, right? $30,000. That's what they're asking. So if you create an account, you can kind of see some more of their stats as far as like the analytics on their site. So then you can go over here and you can actually go to contact seller and make an offer if you want. Or I don't know what's watch. Let's see. Oh, okay. Sorry, I know what that means. So watch is just like if you're kind of putting it in your favorites, like you're bookmarking it. So like, okay, I want to watch it and kind of see if it trends up or down, that kind of thing. Hey, Philip, thank you so much for joining. Oh, so that's actually not 30,000 a month. They're asking $30,000 um, to sell the website. So yeah, profit margin and $100,000 or 100%. So okay, so let's keep looking here. So basically, where it says confidential right here, it says managed by broker. So what that means is you're not going to be able to see the name of the website. You're not going to be able to get any information on it. Um, hey, Philip. Oh, I think what you mean is so yeah, that one, this one, it says monthly net profit monthly is $1,000 a month. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry. I see what you're saying. My apologies. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's 30 times the net profit. Yeah, right on. Okay, sorry about that. Yep, I understand now what you were trying to say. So the ones that say confidential down here, um, basically these are handled by a broker, so not like an individual person, or not like the owner of the website. So basically they're handled by the broker and they're sponsored. So they're not going to give you the actual website name. They just give you a description, and they say where they're listed at, and that's because they probably don't want somebody going on their website and trying to basically like copy it or rip it off, that kind of thing. So these guys are asking $18,000 for the entire site. 7 years, website 7 years old, net profit about $1,000 a month. So it looks like audio technology content site making about $778 from affiliate marketing and about 35% on ads. So YouTube channel included. Holy moly, look at this one. Hey Kimo, how you doing? Great to see you. Thank you for joining. Look at this one, you guys. This is insane. Asking price 1.3 million. Is that crazy? That's nuts. So the net profit per month is about $29,500. So for sale are two online affiliate casino websites generating the last 6 months an average of $34,000 and growing. The website has 34 income sources. How crazy is that? That's pretty nuts. So we can view the listing. I'm not sure how much it's actually going to show us. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think if there's entrepreneurs that are really looking into, they want to kind of be more like hands off kind of thing, then I can see people for sure buying, a website that's already established and it's already put together. So this one is actually, it looks like it's out of Spain. Yeah, this one definitely. So it looks like obviously multiple sources of income, 3.8 times the profit and 3.2x revenue. So this is pretty nuts. I mean, just, kind of seeing these numbers is pretty crazy. So let's go down here to a little something maybe a little bit more Um, I mean, I was gonna say, I don't know if this one's a little more easy to like digestible, but is that why big companies are making up names like Timu and Sheen because they need something short but not normal sounding names are taken? Yeah, definitely. I think so. Dragon Rider. I mean, trying to come up with a short, easy to remember name, I think is definitely something that would work in your favor, or the brand's favor, rather. So that way, if it's easy to remember, then you don't have to worry about people saying, "Oh, how do you spell that?" or this or that. So, yep, I think that's why they try to go for like the short names, and that way they're easily remember, but they're also easy to get to and that kind of thing. So, yeah, Philip. So saw someone creating website like this with affiliate offers, complete with funnel CRM, emails using Go High Level, then listing them for 15,000. Wow. Oh, that's cool. I mean, this is something that if you know how to do this, and if you can get good at building a website, I mean, as you guys can see, it takes time. I mean, this site is 8 years old. The net profit is about $5,000 a month. Travel, affiliate sales, and you can see their asking price for this one's about $142,000. So I thought I was gonna get one that was fairly cheaper, but that's not cheaper. So here's one from Germany. Here's a home and garden one. Let's see if we can find something that is a little more like somewhat kind of, not as expensive. Just see what's here. Okay, here's one. Okay. So here's one for sale for about 5,800, give or take. So it looks like it's an automotive website based in the US. And let's see, automotive content monetized with ads from 12,000 visitors a month. Excellent opportunities for affiliate marketing, social media, YouTube, and more. Content is so 4 years old, about $1,200 a month is what they're pulling in. So yeah, just by seeing these, this is just an example to show you guys like what it would look like an actual marketplace. So of course you can go over here and you can kind of filter down and you can see you can sort by whether it be obviously you want revenue generating. I don't know why you'd click no, so let's just click off of no. Um, So then you have all these, asset types. I mean, it goes, websites, Amazon stores, SaaS, newsletters, everything, social media account, and so forth. And then you can even sort by website types. If you want to dig down a little further, if you're looking for a specific niche, you can dig down a little further. That's something that yeah, yeah. I think if you're really kind of just looking on here to look and kind of learn and educate yourself, then I think there's a lot of different opportunities to kind of just come around and browse and kind of see what is out there and actually, you know, so you can even go here. This is pretty cool. So you can sort by industry if you want to do that, or you can do monthly users, or even like monthly page views, monthly downloads, monthly revenue, or monthly profits. So they have a nice range. All right, let's try this. Let's just see price range. Is anything out there for? Let's just try $1,000. Oh wow. All right, so it looks like there are some sites. I don't even know if these are put together, but um, okay. So let's go to the top. This one's $95. This one is 500. This one's 250, 500. So there are definitely options that are a lot more like budget friendly in that sense. But it's really a matter of are you going to give, how much time and effort do you have to dedicate to actually going in and wanting to update these or, making them, increase the value in terms of updating the content. Then you want to work on the SEO, change the design, that kind of thing. I mean, sometimes they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of thing. But really, if you want to just bring it to the next level, if you see potential, then that's kind of where some of these websites I think would come in handy if you like the niche that it was in. So, what do you guys think about these? Think about this just in general, as far as like, let me flip this down. So, what do you guys think about that? That's pretty cool. I mean, anybody have any questions? in terms of finding, actually looking at. We're going to show the next example of a tool here in one moment. Nice. Okay, so let me flip this back around. We're gonna go over, let's go over here and yeah, that's true. I mean, it definitely is one of those things where, yeah, it is, and it can be that profitable. In terms of, you got to figure out the time, the money, the effort, everything that you're putting into it. It's really a matter of how much do you want to, is this going to be like a side project, a side hustle, or can you give this like your full effort and your full time to really work on this? So we're going to go over here. Let's flip it over to Empire Flippers. So this is another website that essentially does the same thing. And let's see how this one differs. So we'll see if they actually make us create an account or not. So yeah, so Chemo asks, how long does it take to sell the domain if you start buying them up? So really, selling the domain, and that's something we're going to talk about tomorrow. The domain itself, that definitely has a lot. I don't want to say quicker, but I think there's a lot less to it as far as like building it up. Because if you have to build a website, build the content, get all the links and everything, and think of blog posts and all that, depending on what you're doing, I think website flipping is definitely a lot more. There's a lot more work involved, I think, in the back end, but you can probably most likely make more if you do website, not necessarily, but website flipping over domain flipping. So yeah, that's a good question, Kumo. So all right, so it looks like Empire Flippers has their site sorted out a little bit different. So basically, it'll show you like monetization, then it tells you the niche, and then it gives you the listing, and then it'll tell you right here, it says the net monthly profit is $105,000, and this price is $2.7 million. Wow. All right, this site, it's only a year and 7 months old. So they have theirs laid out a little bit different. Let's see how much we can actually glean from the actual analytics here. So looking at this, you have a sale price, 2.7 million, monthly multiples times 26. So the average monthly revenue, $982,000. $982,000. Is that insane? So average monthly profit is about 105,000. And then if you look over here, it'll give you an idea of what actually is included, what is included with the when you're purchasing it. So this is going to give you an idea right here. So let me make this a little bit easier. Thank you, Sweetums. So you have what comes with the asset. So you have the primary domain and all the site content. So that's like the back end, the websites, the blog articles, all that stuff. And then you have an Amazon seller account that comes with this purchase too. You have an employee contract and contact information, which is pretty cool. That way you have employees. So I'm guessing there's, graphic designers, there's probably web developers, there could be content creators too, as part of this. And then you have the supplier contracts and the relationships, which is basically who they're getting products from as far as like maybe product reviews, testing, that kind of thing. They also have a Shopify account, social media accounts, and trademark. Oh, this one actually has a trademark. That's why it's so high, because it actually has a trademark attached to it. So that's pretty nuts. I mean, this is probably the one of the biggest ones we've seen so far. Actually, let me go back here. I just want to see. So site links, obviously these are blocked out because they don't want just anybody to see them. So you have to actually create a list, create an account, and in order to unlock the listing. So let's see if we can go to earnings here. So they give you a breakdown. On this side, basically it's 2.5 million, and then it starts over here down in February of 23, and then they go all the way down. So to May of 24, and that's gross, gross revenue. So, and then if we see traffic, dang, look at that, May of 23, they got like 1.5 million views that month in May of 23. So, and then it looks like the traffic went down, like it's going down the rest of the months over here, but um, that's still pretty crazy. And then they actually have a seller Q&A. So, and of course you can't see this unless unless you create an account. So they really want to make sure that people are legitimate and they're very serious about um, purchasing. So yeah, you're totally right. You're totally right, Dragon Rider. It is like that. Looking at empty mansions on Zillow. Yeah, this is just something that's in an insane amount of money, and just, the time and the effort that somebody put into creating this is pretty incredible. So basically, the opportunities are saying you can experiment with advertising on TikTok, on Twitter, other social media platforms, growing sales of non-US markets, and reducing customer acquisition cost by expanding SEO and organic traffic acquisition. So that's pretty much the stats. So they kind of break it down a little bit differently than Flippa, but I like both of these as far as, and then again, you can search here for whatever niche you want. So all right, so let's do a niche just for fun. Anybody have any ideas? What do we want to do as far as a niche goes? What should we type in? And we'll find something here. Yeah, Philip, are you thinking about making one? You thinking about making a website and trying to sell it? That's awesome. Cool. Good for you. That's awesome. That's super cool. So do you already have a niche picked out? Do you already have a niche that you're thinking about as far as what you might want for the website? Dog training. Okay, cool. That's cool. Right on. That's very cool. No, I hope that yeah, hope that if you decide to do it, maybe you want to come back and kind of give us a like a your experience. We'd love to hear that. I mean, we always love interacting and keeping each other in the loop, and just sharing experiences is definitely what this is all about. So we want to make sure that any experiences that we have, we share together so everybody can learn. So that's super cool. So yeah, definitely keep us posted if you decide to do it for sure. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So we'd love to have you here. I mean, have you be a part of this community. So if you're not yet subscribed and you want to be a part of this 30-day challenge, definitely feel free to hit that subscribe button and come hang out with us. So we got plenty of days left. Today's day 15. We're talking about website flipping today. Tomorrow we're going to talk about domain flipping. So um, yeah. Okay, so let's get back to it. So we're going to go back over here. Let me flip this back around. Okay. So we're going to type in, how about we do this? So let's just do, how about a niche? So let's just do dogs. We'll just do dogs. So because Philip said dog training. So we're going to do dogs, and then we'll just say what is focused around dogs. And this might give you an idea, Philip, of like just, okay, so there's no listings, it looks like. There's no results for that. So maybe, um, hey, Raul, how you doing? Welcome back. I think you've been a part of our live streams before, right? Welcome back. Let's try pets. Nope, didn't find it. That's weird. Didn't find anything. Okay. Let's try something else. We'll get it. How about animals? Okay, that didn't work. Can you do it with the analytics first? I'm not. You know what? I'm not sure if we can. So you could do it all monetizations. You could sort by that. You could sort by price. Um, oh, to see what would be a good niche. Yeah, you know, I think for this one, Dragon Rider, you can't, but I think you'd have to probably pick a niche first. So let's see. All right, so Philip said weightlifting. Let's try that. Weightlifting. Let's see if that works. If we can get anything in here. Or maybe like fitness, right? Oh, this is weird that none of these are coming up. Here we go. Okay. So we got fitness. All right, there we go. So we got fitness here. All right, so of course we picked one that is asking $3 million. Look at this. So it breaks it down. So you got monthly net profit, $92,000 a month. That is bonkers. That's pretty crazy. And then monthly revenue is about $543,000. So the monetization strategy is Amazon FBA. So they're selling products on Amazon, it looks like. The business was created in 2017. Okay, so let's view this listing. Yeah, that is bonkers. All right, so it looks like it's like a little over 6.5 years old. So October of 2017 is when it's verified. That means that Empire Flippers has verified it, and they're working with a broker in terms of verifying all of the data and the analytics and the money side of thing. So FBA is fulfilled by Amazon. So basically, um, it's if you're going to sell something through Amazon, that's Amazon FBA. So it just stands for fulfilled by Amazon. So yep, basically like you're using Amazon as like your wholesale, your warehouse type of thing. So really, anytime anybody sells anything on Amazon, it would be considered Amazon FBA. So no, good question. So 33 times a monthly pricing period is for 12 months. Brand registry 92,000 a month, which is insane. That's crazy. Profit margin 17%. And then once again, it gives you an idea of what actually comes with the sale. So the primary domain and all the site content files, secondary domain, Amazon Seller Central account and storefront. So it looks like they have employees that work with them too. Supplier relationship and contracts, 3 e-commerce accounts, and social media accounts. Hey, City, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. So we're actually looking at a website that is for sale, a health and fitness website that's for sale. So our topic for today's 30-day challenge is website flipping. So we're on a website called Empire Flippers, and they basically are like a marketplace for flipping websites. So, yep. Yeah, so Sweetums asked, so even if you don't flip it, you're still making money from the website. Yep, that's right. And even if it doesn't sell for 6 years, you're still profiting. That's correct. Yep. So there's definitely like they give you all these different so I don't see any affiliate marketing in this particular thing. It looks like it's just strictly like an Amazon account, it looks like, as far as like selling on Amazon. So, oh, CT. So this I'm just showing an example of a website for sale, but what I do is we talk about making money online on this channel, on my channel, and affiliate marketing, blogging, graphic design, side hustles. Yeah, so this is it's interesting because it's kind of like another it's definitely it's a unique side hustle, but I think if you wanted to dive in and really make it so you're going to have some profit, it doesn't seem like this is an overnight thing though. So if you're going to go in and you're really looking to flip a website, I think you have to commit yourself for at least a couple of years is what it seems like. Unless you have like a team behind you, in order to help you build this thing out. So, of course, everything is grayed out or, blurred out. So, but it does give you the earnings. So, the earnings report. So, this is basically just proves, the logistics of the earning and make sure the financials are what they say they are. So, which is pretty cool. And this one is a traffic. So, that is insane. What is that? March of 2023, they had almost 500,000 people. Hey, City. Yeah, this is for selling something. Yeah, for selling. Dragon Rider. So, What's the domain for that site? Yeah, they don't give the domain. I think you have to probably work with the broker in order to get the domain. Because yeah, everything's grayed out. So they they put it as like a generic kind of like health and fitness sports. That way, somebody's not gonna go and try to rip it off or that kind of thing. So yeah, they don't tell you the actual name. Some of them do, I think, that are cheaper, but the ones that are more expensive like this in the millions, I don't think they will provide the name. So they actually give you um, SEM Rush analytical data if you sign up in your. So it says number of referring domains. So that means 2,380 different websites have links back to this website or back links back to this Amazon store. So they're just doing like backlinking back and forth is what it looks like. So let's find one that's maybe a little bit more. Oh yeah, we typed in fitness, didn't we? Okay. All right. So this one's about what is that? 743,000. Let's see something a little more. 153,000. Kimo asks, so wouldn't this website be associated with a brand? Are you buying the rights and trademarks for the brand too? So yes. On both questions, Kimo, that's correct. So let's just pull in this one. So it'll tell you over here, what are the assets that are actually included. Excuse me. So you're going to be buying the primary domain, the site, and all the content files, and a secondary domain if it's available. Amazon KDP account, a social media account, and an email list. So yeah, you're definitely buying. Sometimes you're buying a trademark if they state that, but otherwise you're just buying the brand in itself. So the primary domain, excuse me, and the site, that all consists of the brand itself that you're going to be buying. So let's see if we can find one. Okay, let's see. 98,000. Okay. So it looks like even ones that are a little bit older, it looks like this is from 2017. So freelancer introductions, social media accounts, pages, and primary domain and all the site. So basically you're buying the brand. That's kind of the understanding is that when you buy the domain and all the site content and files, you're buying the brand with it. So not just the website and the domain, but you're buying the actual brand. And because they list the social media accounts on there, that means that they're willing to everything as part of this deal. So that one's just shy of $100,000. It looks like. Okay. Yeah. So Kimo asked, these are maintained by teams of people, right? Not individuals. I think at this point of the level of the business, honestly, I would say I would imagine it would be at least one other person helping. Like unless it's just somebody that is a rock star with all these different skills and tools and has a ton of talent, I would be hard pressed to find that it's just one person behind some of these companies. I mean, I know for sure the ones that say freelancer introductions and we have other people working for us, but yeah, I don't I there could be individuals, but I'm pretty sure it's a whole team of people, yeah. Okay. Let's go back over here. Yeah, Dragon had it right on. So yeah, you would need a designer, website developer, social media manager, that kind of thing. Even like a marketing person to help you market. Hey, CT, good morning. Yeah, so there's a lot that's involved in terms of, you know, being able to put this thing together. So this is definitely so the difference between basically like website flipping, which is what we're talking about today, versus domain flipping for tomorrow, is that you don't need to. So for the domain itself, you're just buying the actual URL. So you don't need to set up a website. You don't need to stage anything. You don't even have to create a single page. You're literally just buying the URL. And so that's really the difference between, today's topic, website flipping, versus tomorrow. So um, yeah, if you guys are out here and you're hanging on. So we're in the middle of a 30-day challenge, how to make money online, and every day is a different topic for a different business model. So today we're talking about website flipping, and tomorrow we're going to be talking about domain flipping. So feel free to hang out with us. If you'd like to join the challenge, then all you got to do is subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can just be reminded when we go live. So yeah, no, I agree. I agree, Dragon Rider. I mean, I think for somebody who definitely, if you approach it where if you don't have that much experience, then I definitely think domain flipping, as far as like a learning curve, is way easier. I think, not necessarily in terms of finding domains, but just the action of where do you go to find a domain, how do you buy one, how do you sell one, that kind of thing. Um, the work to flip a domain is a lot less, like basically like I don't know, a tenth of what it is to do this website flipping. So I definitely think website flipping is more for like an intermediate to like advanced expert type experience level. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it if you feel like you can actually you want to get in on this. And I mean, as you guys saw, there are some pricey options out there for domains themselves, but it really depends on your budget, what your budget is, and what are you willing to do as far as like your time and your effort. Let me put this up here so it looks a little better. Your time and your effort that you want to put in, and really make it kind of like make it your own. Okay, there we go. That's a little more clear. Sorry, I flip between these two tripods when I have to show the screen because this one doesn't go down very well. So okay. All right, so we'll get back to, we kind of did a little demo here, so let's go back in and we'll kind of talk about some more of like the tools themselves and some of the kind of like the techniques. So we talked about the website marketplaces, right? Flippa and Empire Flippers. We went through some of those. So analytic tools, Google Analytics, we talked about that. Google Search Console, which is basically like it works into the search of actually when people are typing in keywords and they're searching, if any of the keywords that are on your site, it'll pop up in Google Search Console. So it'll give you some analytics as far as like the search based criteria goes. So yeah, Grand Shirley. Yep. It's just like flipping houses. Yep. Buy a cheap website, then do it up and flip it for more. Yep. That's the perfect example of, the way to think of it as flipping a website. So, it's kind of like also, yeah, when you buy a fixer upper house, I mean, you're not really buying something that's like turnkey in a sense, like ready to go. You got to just put in the work, maybe put in a new bathroom or floors or, cabinets or what have you. So yeah, so so Dragon Rider so the question is, how do they determine the selling price? So these platforms, it's not like these other platforms that we've, talked about on this challenge where you can, with a VA or with, being a tutor, online tutor, that kind of thing. This is definitely like legitimate big business. So these platforms have built-in brokers, um, so that you can actually talk to and work with as far as like facilitating the buying and the selling of the website itself. So you don't have to worry about the price. I mean, these brokers are definitely like real estate agents, that kind of thing. That's kind of like the classification. So they know the market, they know what things are worth, they know based on traffic, based on SEO and that kind of thing. Um, what you could command for certain websites. So that's kind of nice. I mean, if you're in the market to actually sell a website, then I think you're in a good spot if you work with a broker. And granted, they're going to take a cut, right? I mean, that's their job is to kind of facilitate and find buyers, but it's so much easier. They don't have to worry about finding somebody yourself. And again, like with a marketplace, the traffic is going to come to you. So you don't have to worry about driving your own traffic. Hey, Sidhu, how you doing? I'm not sure what that means. Thank you, Sweetums. So, yeah, no, great questions. So, Google Search Console, and then we talked about SEMrush and Ahrefs also for like an analytics side of things to look at the analytics side of the house. Um, so then there's also Moz, and so then we're gonna get into website performance. So let me just check my note real quick here. Okay. Hey, Joseph, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're just talking about website flipping today on today's 30-day challenge. So yeah, we just talked about kind of like what website flipping is, the difference between website flipping and domain flipping, and so okay. So the question is, Kimo asked, how do they know how to increase the value of a site if they buy? So I think what it's going to break down to is basically like um, how much traffic comes and goes, that kind of thing, monthly traffic, maybe how many sales as far as like affiliate sales, um, that kind of thing that they're drawing in, um, and so it'd be like SEO, like how much traffic that comes with it. So yep, so that would kind of be how they would kind of assess it. So yeah, I think there is kind of a laundry list of items to kind of know as far as like, but that's definitely what the broker is going to kind of go through, and they'll be able to kind of facilitate that. I mean, they have this list of things that they look for in terms of, where do you set the price, um, and how do you know how to increase, that kind of thing. Hey, going good. It's going good, Joseph. Yeah, going good. Yeah, you joined the live stream at the right time. So let me know if you have any questions about about flipping websites. And we're just kind of going. We did an overview. We did some tools, and now we're going to kind of go back into and talk about more of like the details and some other tools that you can use. Um, does anybody have any other questions? Just want to check in, make sure that we, definitely touch base. So feel free, you guys, to ask any questions that you want. It's never interrupting me. If I happen to see a question, I'll just kind of pause what I'm looking at or what I'm doing, and then I'll be able to answer it as soon as I can. Definitely. So yeah, so I would say for sure the profitable niches in terms of buying and selling would definitely be, I would say health and wellness is probably number one. That along the lines with, automotive is probably up there too, and family. So anything that has to do with like um, wellness, health, fitness, that kind of thing, a family, anything that has to do with the family, like in a broad sense, but also then anything that relates to kind of like making money online, teaching people finance, that kind of thing. That's also something that would definitely be a profitable niche. And product reviews also, definitely product reviews. So. Hey Joseph, I'm not sure what the question is. What are you asking? We want to keep obviously, kind of keep the chat on in line with what we're talking about, and definitely be respectful obviously of the other members of the live stream. So just when you ask questions, kind of ask them that pertain to this subject, and just so we can keep everything running as smoothly as possible. So we appreciate it. Yeah, Dragon Rider. So the average time that sites are on the market, I think it really depends on as far as how big the site is, what in terms of, what are the numbers that are coming in, how much does the site make, how much traffic does it have. So I think it's more kind of like maybe site and niche dependent, but I would say really maybe it could be, a couple weeks to a couple months, depending on finding the right buyer for the right. Um, hey, Sweetums, I think yeah. Hey, Grand Shirley, no, that's perfect. So, um, let's see. This is off topic. I sold a Facebook this year for $5,000 and I had the Facebook page since 2018. These guys in New Zealand used to work for Vice Media and they got made redundant and started up there. That's awesome. Congratulations, guys. That's so cool. Thank you, Sweetums. I appreciate it. That is so cool, you guys. What an amazing accomplishment, man. That's awesome. And that's cool. I mean, um, any sale like that, I mean, that's such a cool thing. Oh, Sweetums, yeah, no. Thank you for jumping on that. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know that person. So, yeah, no, that's super cool. So, how did you so Grant and Shirley, how'd you guys like kind of go as far as like um how'd you get approached? That was kind of what I was wondering. Like if you didn't like list it for sale in like a marketplace, I'm just curious about that. Oh, they came to you and thought it was a scam. That's insane. That's crazy. Yeah, no, no, no kidding. I would think that's a scam too, right? Yeah, that is a good question, Dragon Matter. How would you know that it's something worth buying? Yeah. Hey, RG Titan, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Yeah. So today the business model is website flipping. So that's what we're kind of covering today. So, yep, you're like right, literally right in the middle of this 30-day challenge. So we love having you here. If you want to hang out and just learn some more about website flipping. So, all right, guys, we're gonna kind of we'll kind of wait on that response. So, oh, thank you, Sweetums. So we're gonna pop in. We're gonna talk about okay. So as far as like yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Feel free. I mean, we'd love to have you subscribe and hang out. We got 15 more days of this live stream challenge. So we're going live every single day. So definitely would love to have you come along and hang out with us. Wow, 80,000 followers, Grand Shirley. That is insane. That's awesome. Congratulations. That is so cool. I've never actually heard of like a personal story, that we've been able to like talk to the person who's actually sold something. That's so cool. and no Facebook ads. Good for you. Good for you guys. That is so cool. Yep, absolutely. Definitely can be done for sure. And talk about like starting from the ground up, like the foundation, just grinding and grinding, and building up your audience, and then getting 80K. That is definitely impressive. That's awesome. And seriously, like 5,000, that's not chump change, right? That is a great amount. So yeah, I was wondering about that too. Like with Dragon Rider, I mean, how do you kind of approach it to where you're making sure you're not going to get, I guess, like lowballed or that kind of thing? Or did you have like kind of a number or figure in your head? Seriously, chemo, me too, definitely. That's why I love when you guys share experiences. It's so cool. Okay, so we'll kind of cover. So when we talk about like website performance, different things that you can use for like optimization tools. So there's one called GT Metrics, which is actually really cool. Let me post this here in the chat because this one is really gonna. This one's great for monitoring your site in terms of, and it gives you a grade. So this one gives you a grade in terms of like A, B, C, that kind of thing, and it basically it really focuses on, is it like as far as like page speed goes. So you can go here and it'll give you a grade on your website. You could type in the URL and it'll tell you, okay, I'm gonna give you an A, an A plus, and obviously the higher grade, like in school, is better. So yeah, you're welcome, Dragon Rider. No problem. I know it's a little difficult when I say something, and it's hard to kind of pick up like what I'm actually saying sometimes. So I got to remember. Sorry, I got to remember to post the links in here. So um, yeah, you know what? Let me. You guys want to see a demo? We can do a demo of this site because this is actually pretty cool. So I can show you. Let me flip this back. Let me grab this back here. Let me flip this around. That way you guys can see what we're talking about here, or see what I'm talking about. Get this over. Okay. Okay. So let me move this up a little bit. Sorry, I'm gonna move this up a little bit because something's a little funky. Okay, I really hope that doesn't fall, but okay. Can you guys see that okay? Let me try to move this down a little bit. I might have to hold on to this. This tripod, the legs don't seem like they're very sturdy. Okay, so this is GT Metrics. So basically what it is, let me pull this down a little bit. So you can test your website and it's gonna tell you how it performs. So for example, the only website that I have is a blog that I did, or that I still have it on, but sorry, I know it's kind of, I apologize, you guys. I know it's a little kind of shaky. So I'm gonna type in my blog, the one that I have up. That was like it's a product review blog. So it just lovenatureReviews.com. And then what is it gonna do is it's gonna go through. It's gonna analyze the URL, and it's gonna tell you. We're gonna get all of the information about based on the performance of it. And this is a free tool. So obviously there's a stage of this that's free, and then um, the next site up, what it's going to do is there's other levels for pricing. So if you want to go in depth or actually compare, then there's different pricing models. But Okay, so what you're going to be able to see here is here's the grade. So it's going to give you A, B, C, D, E, F like in school, and it tells you performance. So 100% is basically the best that you can get. So the grade is 97%, or the performance is, and then structure is 82%. So you can actually click here and it's going to give you a representation. So your structure score is basically their proprietary assessment of Lighthouse, which runs a scan of your website to see how quickly your page loads, if there's anything that's hanging up your website, or be it like causing it to lag, or to kind of, yeah, thank you very much. That's pretty good for not really updating it since last year. So um, and then over here it's going to tell you some of the vitals. So the largest content paint, so this is basically like how long does it take to load, um, right here, your featured image. So the largest content element, which would probably be like the featured images on the website. So 1.2 seconds. So it says for a good user experience, aim for 1.2 seconds or less. That's cool. And then it tells you blocking time. So this is tells you how much time is blocked by scripts during your paid loading process. So basically in the background, if you have any kind of like scripts that are running that are slowing down the website, it'll tell you right here how long it takes to load the website. So the whole point of this entire site is basically to give you an idea of, okay, how is my page load speed? Is it really laggy? How is it on mobile? You know, that kind of thing. So what you can even do is you can go over here, you can retest. If you had another website that you owned, you can compare it to another website. So then as we scroll down, let's see if it'll tell us any of this. Oh, no, it won't. So it looks like you got to sign up to get the information. So, which is fine. I mean, that's not a big deal. So, oh, thank you. Yeah, so I think Humo, we actually already did the blogging one. I think that was like day 2 or 3. So, yeah, just in case you guys are interested, you want to see like what this actually looks like. I'll just pull it up real quick. So, it was just my product review blog, so it's basically like the featured images, and then you have the articles down here. So, yeah, feel free to, here, I'll put this link in here if you guys want to check it out. So, okay. All right, so let's go back over here to, where are we at? GT metrics. Okay. All right. How you guys doing out there? Anybody have any questions? Any other questions here? We're gonna go back into tools, and we're gonna take a look at some other tools that we can use. So I think Google Analytics. Let me see if I think it just. You know what? I might have it here. Let me see. Let me flip this around real quick, just in case. I'm not sure what it's gonna ask me to type in real quick. So let me just check this real quick. Google. Let's see. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sweetums, for posting that. Really appreciate that. Okay, Google Analytics. I'm just gonna see if I might be able to log into this. Let me see. I wonder if it'll let me. Okay, so I don't see. I was gonna see if I could log into Google Analytics, but it seemed like it somehow it got removed from the blog. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was like lack of use or something, but um, so okay. So let's go back over here. We could talk about the rest of these tools here. So okay, so we talked about GT metrics. So as far as, what are the content management systems in terms of, as far as building the website himself? So like WordPress, that's kind of one of the big ones that I think everybody is familiar with, as far as actually having a platform. WordPress is one. Obviously, we all know like, Squarespace, Wix, those kind of plug and play ones, the drag and drop ones. You have GoDaddy has a platform where you can actually build your website through them. So those are all different platforms. They're all like content management systems. Those are all kind of in the same. Um, so, And then in terms of actually using design and development tools, so you have Adobe. Adobe has a whole slew of products that you can use in terms of. Let me see. There we go. Has a whole slew of products that you can use. Obviously, everything is in the cloud now, so that's cool. I mean, you don't have to download anything. And then, of course, one of our favorite uh, design tools on this channel is Canva. And the reason is because it's free. There's a free version, and you get like a lot of features and capabilities just with that free version of the tool. Yeah, so Dragon Rider asks, can you build a website using Squarespace and sell it though? The examples seemed way more in depth than that. Yeah, you definitely can. I mean, Squarespace, Wix, those type of hosting platforms, you definitely can. You just need to kind of, those are more like a drag and drop type platform, but that doesn't mean that you can't sell it. So some of these, they may seem like a little more in depth, a little more fancy, that kind of thing, but it really depends on, it's more about like the content and the look. You can get it to look, really professional, even if you're using like a drag and drop type platform. So yeah, a lot of those definitely, and I think it was because there was a team that was involved, and there had to be definitely a full on, web design, graphic design, people that are doing like the content, the social media. So when you have some of those examples we looked at, definitely are on the higher end of having a team that's involved, together. So it's most likely, like we talked about before, probably not like a one person job, one person deal, because just based on how large the sites are and what they're actually selling. Because you figure they wouldn't sell something that was just kind of more basic. So it takes time and it takes money and effort to really build a website up to that level to where you can sell it like that. So okay, so let's talk about some of the different ways that besides actually like buying the website and flipping it, um, can you guys think of any ways out there that you could monetize like a website just in general? All right, so Dragon Rider asks, do you think they also have highly sought after domains too? I think there's a good possibility. I mean, I feel like the ones that are like fitness brands, you're definitely not talking about like Nike and Adidas and, you know, um, those really big brands. I think they built their company and their website into that brand, into a big brand. So I think that's something that they built from the ground up, but they just happen to, you know, strike, you know, strike the right pieces of the puzzle, are kind of coming together. So yeah, definitely. So ads, definitely, that's a good one. So you can monetize with ads. Does anybody think of anything else? Any other ways that you can monetize, um, specifically like a blog or a website? Yeah, so Dragon Rider got it right on. So ads, so you can do like Google AdSense. So basically, what you can do is, yeah, you could do it with courses too, Kumo. Yep, no, that's a great suggestion too. So you have basically a website like that would sell would be uh, the ads from Google, right, or Google AdSense. So Google is the one that puts your ads on your website. There's other ad platforms out there too, but Google is kind of like the main one. And then you have obviously affiliate marketing. That's another way that you can monetize your content, and you can start with something simple like Amazon Associates, or you can explore other affiliate marketing networks. There's like, the ones that we talk about, ClickBank, Share a Sale, CJ affiliates. So different affiliate marketing networks that you can sign up for in terms of monetizing. Um, but then also, there's like brand sponsorships, right? Like, I mean, you can somebody can pay you to put a blog article on your website and really promote their what their website is or their brand. So that's also another way. So in addition to just buying a website, fixing it up, making the performance, better, increased, you can actually monetize it in a bunch of different ways besides just selling it. So that's kind of the where you get a website having multiple streams of income. And could be affiliate marketing, could be one, and then it could be selling the website. Ultimately, that could be one, and then it could be ads. So you just got to be careful. Like when you put ads on websites, it can really tax a website, meaning like slow it down a lot. So in terms of page load speed, that's why it's important to always go back to those tools that you can optimize, your website and make sure that you have a baseline of what's working, how slow is it working, that kind of thing. So you just want to make sure that you're on the right page as far as, all right, is my website running? Is there anything that's like dragging down the page load speed? So yeah, Dragon Rider definitely. So would all these streams of income from the website, would that inflate the price, the value in the price? I definitely think so. And I think it would cause it to go up because it's not just the website and the content as a whole that's actually creating the sources of income. It's also like, you have your affiliate marketing, which could be many, many different avenues for affiliate marketing. It doesn't just have to be just one. Um, or it could be like Google Ads. We just talked about that. It could be any kind of ad platform. So you're making money from ads, you're making money from affiliate marketing, and then on top of that, the actual content itself, is bringing in traffic, and the more monthly viewers you get, then everything starts to kind of work together. Excuse me. Everything starts to work together. So So Kumo asked, if you spent the time and the money making a profitable website, wouldn't you want to just keep it rather than sell? Are these people doing more than one website? Yeah, I think it really depends on kind of what your end game is for that website. I mean, if you have enough money to, hold down the team, stay consistent, pay the team that you have working with you, and it's making enough above and beyond to where you can actually pocket, some of the money from these different income sources, then I think it's probably makes sense to hold on to it. Some people, they just their whole like thought or their whole mindset is to like the challenge is to build a website, bring it up to this certain level to where you can monetize it with different streams of income and then eventually sell it for a profit. I mean, some people just set out to do that like in itself on its own. So I definitely think that people are probably doing more than one website depending on how big it is and monthly viewers and that kind of thing. Monthly like traffic. So yeah, that's definitely a good way to look at it. I mean, um, and really obviously everything depends on like how much time you have. So do you have like a full-time gig that you're already doing and you're kind of doing this on the side? Like how much time and effort can you really put into this to make it what you want in order to be able to sell it at the end? So and I think in a sense it kind of turns out to be like, somebody's baby in a sense, like, all right, you're spending all this time and you're building you're building the blog and then ultimately you sell it, then there's kind of this, okay, you know, now what? I'm on to the next thing. So Dragon Rider asked, what metrics did you use on your blog to make it rate so highly on the metrics meter site? Yeah, so really what I did was I tried to make sure that number one, all of my featured images, they're all JPEGs. So they load a lot faster than PNGs, PNG files. And then what I tried to do is make there's no scripts running on the website. No, no, you're good. You're good, Dragon Rider, no problem. So then I made sure that there's no scripts that are running, and you can check that by figuring out like what are you actually putting, like what if there's any code that you're putting on your website itself. You want to make sure that whether it be maybe like any kind of tracking tools or anything as far as like tracking the traffic coming in, that they're not lagging or they're not dragging down the website speed. So that's all kind of like trial and error, like testing as far as how does these different tools kind of react. So the big one would definitely be making sure whatever photos or videos that you have on your website, they have to be optimized and you know, they can still be clear, but you want them to be as small in size as possible that, as far as like pixel wise, so they're not sitting there, like, like lagging the website. So it was really that. So there's no ads on that website. So it's really just the featured images and the text. And then the videos link out to YouTube videos from different people. So it's really that in text. So I try to keep it as simple as I possibly could while making it, as visually appealing as I could. So the gallery images on some of the pages, it's like three images in a row. It'll actually shrink down the size a little bit because you're not putting the one main image. So that was kind of part of the strategy too, was how do I make it visually appealing, but still kind of keep down the page load speed and, make it somewhat decent as far as like, not sitting there taking forever to load. So in addition to like the desktop, you also want to make sure on the mobile too that it's quick. So Dragon Rider asked, what if you tested a successful blog that was bogged down with ads? Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Do you guys have I'm curious about that too. Does anybody know off the top of your head, anybody know a website, obviously something that's fairly well known that we know has ads that we could test just to kind of see like in terms of if it actually bogs it down. Um, Anybody have any ideas? I'm trying to think in my head if I can think of anything off the top of my head, as far as like a website that I know for sure has ads, but also is like, you know something that would be kind of comparable. Um, let's see. Let me know if you guys have any ideas. Let me know in the chat, and then we can go from there. I'm gonna try to think too and see if there's anything I could think of. Okay, so while we're kind of thinking about that, I'm gonna go a little further into talking about this next part is like the marketing and the email tools. Um, Dragon Rider, I'm not gonna forget about that. We just got to come up with a site that we can kind of compare. So I'm just gonna move on a little bit and see if we can come up with an idea for that site. So marketing and email tools. So obviously you can use any kind of email marketing that that you prefer. I mean, some of the major ones are like Mailchimp. That one's a big one. Hootsuite for like social media management is also a big one. So really you want to try to capitalize on using email marketing in terms of if you're going to eventually sell the website, you want to see if you can figure out if there's any interest, maybe reach out, put the feelers out to your email list. So, okay. Thank you, Dragon Rider. Appreciate it. Yeah. And then when you find one, just let me know and we'll type it in. We can flip around the screen too. That way we can get a sense. So, okay, so when we think about like benefits and challenges, so for flipping websites, not that you have to like you buy the website and then depending on what the condition is, you're gonna really have to figure out, okay, how much time and effort do I have to put into this? So I would say definitely some of the benefits for website flipping would be the passive income potential, meaning the affiliate marketing side, and also, maybe running ads. You could possibly get extra income on that. Also, sponsorships, and definitely like the flexibility of creating something that's unique and that's your own. But some of the challenges might be the time investment and figuring out how much time that you actually need to build this. Because I mean, maybe you could do it in a couple months, maybe a couple years. It really depends on how big you want to grow this thing. So, um, as you're going through, you really want to continue to research and learn as you go along. So, you want to try to have a holistic sense and understand the website flipping market. So, what it means, how different niches are affected, or what niche maybe do you want to kind of like focus in on. So, um, and the two sites that we looked at, Flippa and Empire Flippers, are definitely probably like the industry leaders for flipping websites. So they have a lot of resources on there too that you can go and you can learn, and they have different little tools and kind of tutorials that you can kind of take a look at, and they give you a better example, a better idea of actually how you can, get started, get, I was going to say get involved, get started, get involved. So, so when we talk about, like in the beginning, we kind of mentioned, identifying your niche and why is that important? I think you need to find out what type of websites that you actually want to flip. So the reason that's important is so you're not just kind of looking there and you're looking blindly. So you definitely want to evaluate the market demand and the potential profitability for whatever niche that you choose. So I definitely don't think there's a right or a wrong. It's really a personal preference and kind of what you're looking for in terms of, you know, what do you think would be something that you're ready to take the challenge? You're ready to take on the challenges. Um, so And when you talk about improving the website, once you actually find something, optimizing for SEO, I think that's a big factor here. So that's definitely one of the top items that you want to do. So what does that mean? That means you want to make sure that your keywords are all there. You have keywords that are relevant to the blog articles. If it's a blog, you want to make sure the pictures are optimized, not just for the actual image size and space, but they load quickly, they're clear, they're crisp. You don't have any copyright issues with any of the images. You want to make sure that everything that you put on there is free and clear. It's your own unique content. So you can improve the design however you see fit. So if it's something that you don't like the colors or you don't like the layout, maybe a suggestion would be you can possibly change the theme and maybe change the layout a little bit so it looks a little bit different than when you bought it. Um, but definitely adding valuable content and features is definitely going to kind of beef up the value. So making it more interactive, more engaging, and basically more, making sure there's that trust factor and people go to it and they're like, okay, I can trust the information on here. It looks professional. It doesn't look like it was done, you know, by an amateur person. So you want it to be really enticing and really engaging at the same time. So does that kind of make sense? Does that just trying to get like the full view of what is involved in website flipping, breaking it down like piece by piece. I think the really cool part about when you're talking about different monetization strategies is as you're building this up, as you're building the website, obviously if you bought something that was fairly low, then you're gonna have somewhat of a baseline. So you have something to start with. So obviously somebody got the website to this particular level in order to um yeah, yeah, I definitely agree, Kimo. It is intimidating. I mean, honestly, even for me, like I honestly don't know that I would. I mean, I know I don't have like the time and the energy to like dive into this as a side hustle myself, but I definitely think it would be worth it if the situation was right and if you had the time, especially like if you could carve out the time and you had like a little team with you to kind of really dive in and have all the different pieces of the puzzle. Um, so Yeah, real quick, I just want to give a shout out for anybody that's new. We're here, we're doing this How to Make Money Online 30-day challenge. Today is day 15. We're about halfway done, or we are halfway done with this challenge. So we go live every single day and we talk about a different topic, different business model as to how to make money online. So we just kind of like to give you an overview, like a high level overview about these different business models, and maybe kind of hope that it'll spark a little interest or maybe a little curiosity about learning about these different ways to make money online. So, yeah, we're happy you guys are here. Thanks for sticking around, and hope you guys are enjoying this challenge so far. All the lives that are a part of this challenge, and any live that I've done in the past, they all stay online. So if you ever need to watch a replay or catch a replay, or you saw an hour and then you had to leave, um, yeah. So they're all going to stay up. So definitely feel free to check them out. We'd love to have you guys subscribe if you're not yet subscribed to the channel. You can come with us on this challenge and learn about different ways to make money online. So. Okay, so Dragon Rider said, I found a blog that had a lot of ads, but I'm also concerned about disparaging someone else's website if it's rated poorly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all good, Dragon Rider. I mean, definitely, if you want to share, um, we can kind of learn from it and we can kind of see. Otherwise, maybe um, we choose something else. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I'm good either way. So, if you want to share that one, or maybe we keep looking for another one, that's perfectly fine too. So, and we can go through. I want to pull up this. Let me pull up this other site, SEM Rush, so you can. Let me see if I can. Let me see. I'm just gonna see if there's a. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna pull this up. I want to see if we can get like some analytics out of this. Okay. Let's see. That wasn't the right thing. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can log into if I can log into SEM Rush. I used to have an account like back in the day. Let me see if this works. Back in the day. That was like last year. Um, okay, I don't want to waste too much time. If this doesn't work, then we won't do it. Okay, I'm not sure why this isn't working, but okay, so okay, sounds good, Dragon Matter. Thank you for looking and kind of digging in. So, all right, well that didn't work. I was trying to find a way to get in that we could take a look at SEM Rush, but that wasn't working. I know I had an account. Let me see if I can. I think I have an account for Hrefs. Let me see, because I want to show you guys this. Okay. And this is another tool that we can use. Project is frozen. Let's see. Um, view ownership of your website to activate it. Okay, let's see. All right, well, this one says that for some reason the project is frozen. Okay, so we won't look at that. I thought we could get in here and take a look. Um, all right, that stinks. So, okay, no worries. All right, we're not going to get hung up on that. So, all right, so the two tools that I used in the past, they aren't working right now for some reason. So, um, we'll just keep going on the outline here. So, does anybody have you guys have any questions out there? Anything else that you want to we want to kind of I guess kind of clarify? So I wanted to touch on, making money with website flipping. Basically, in a sense, I know Grant Shirley, you guys mentioned this before. So buying low and selling high, and that's kind of the same with real estate too. So, you identify, and this is just kind of high level kind of notes. So, um, you identify undervalued websites, right? And you add value through improvements and optimizing the website itself. So, or what you can do is if you have the time, the money, the resources and the team, you could build a website from scratch, create niche websites, basically all in the same niche, or different niches if you want. And you can sell them once they reach a certain level of traffic and revenue. So that's something that I knew a couple people that I was working with in this community, and they actually were going to do that. So build up these like micro niche sites, like, let's just say take kitchen, home and kitchen, and then you go down and then you kind of niche down a little bit more. So they would build up these little blog niche sites and they would sell those once they got their affiliate sales up, but also they would put ads on there too. So that's also another option is building the website from scratch. If you don't want to purchase something or if you don't find something that, hey, film, how you doing? Good to see you here. Thanks for stopping in. We're just talking about website flipping today on this 30-day challenge. So how to make money online with different topics. So feel free to hang out and if you want to learn about website flipping, you're welcome to hang out. So okay, so um, when we're talking about building websites from scratch, I think it's important to kind of note you have to have the foundational or the fundamental elements of knowing how to build them. You know, keeping SEO in mind. You want to make sure that that's on point. You know, you have all your featured images like optimized also. Um, oh, thank you so much. Yeah. So real quick, because I know you're new here, we're doing a 30-day challenge. We're going live every single day for 30 days. Today is day 15, and we're talking about a different way to make money online every single day. So, yeah, you're more than welcome. We'd love to have you be a part of this challenge. If you'd like to subscribe and hang out with us, that'd be awesome. So, we're going to talk about so once you build it from scratch, then you sell it once you get to this kind of number of traffic and revenue. And I think there's no, excuse me, there's no specific number to where what the traffic is. I would just say, like, sorry, there's no specific number for traffic, but you definitely want probably at least 10,000 or more monthly visitors to get some sort of decent revenue. Um, so, also, aside of that, is maintaining passive income. So, maintaining and monetizing websites for ongoing income, basically, primarily through affiliate marketing and or ads. So, those are the two main sources of affiliate marketing that you can glean. The two main sources, sorry, of income from a website is primarily affiliate marketing, and then you have ads. So we're just going to go over some like common questions when it comes to talking about website flipping. So before I get into these, does anybody have any questions on anything kind of outside of what we've talked about so far? Yeah, always feel free. Um, Anybody who's new, feel free to just pop in a question into the live chat. So. Okay, so the question is, how much money do I need to start website flipping? And it really varies. If you're just solely going in to purchase a website and then you're gonna want to kind of, you know, enhance it and basically improve the website, the performance and the design and everything. Um, you can start with like a few $100s depending on if it's a smaller website. Um, yeah, yeah, definitely QMO. Yep, this pretty much definitely is a full-time job for sure. It's something and it really is going to fluctuate as far as like how quickly somebody can have success based on are you doing it by yourself? Do you have a team with you? We kind of talked about that. Also, how much time and effort can you put into this? And but not only that, but like how big is the learning curve as far as how long do you want to do this? So it's one of those things to where you got to kind of figure out, okay, is it worth it to get into this? Because it definitely can be profitable and it can be lucrative, but at the same time, you're going to trade like your time for money kind of thing, right? So, um, all right, how long does it typically take to flip a website? So typically it's like 3 to 12 months, give or take. That's kind of generally speaking, depending on the website and what the improvements are that it needs. So, and these are definitely like general stats that I got when I was researching. So definitely don't take all this with a grain of salt. This is all like, a very general sense. So that's just kind of an idea, of maybe how long it would take. I mean, sometimes it could take years, in terms of like actually flipping a website, getting it to the point where you can actually flip it and you're happy with, the revenue stream, the traffic that's coming in, and the engagement with the audience. So, what are some of the skills that I need for website flipping? So, Yeah, so Dragon Rider asked, what do you remember the average stats that were on the flipping site? How long were they for sale? I know a lot of those that were for sale, Dragon Rider. I mean, the ones that we saw on Flippa and Empire Flippers, I think they were for sale for a couple months. And I think that was because obviously some of them are really commanding like high prices in the hundred thousands or more up to millions. So I think obviously that's going to take a very that narrows down the basically like the pool of people that could, you know, basically that would be able to purchase that. That whittles it down very, very low. So I think that's what's going to kind of drag on a little bit the process as far as like buying the website is because you're not going to have people that are just going to be able to drop $500,000 on a website, you know. So you're going to have to find the right person, the right buyer at the right time, and also see how the market's doing. I mean, the digital like website market, digital real estate as they call it, is definitely a lot less volatile than the actual real estate market. But I think it's kind of one and the same. I mean, you can take principles from both. So yeah. So yes. Whoa. Whoa. And I mean whoa. Hey, how's it going, man? Great to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Yeah, no, Dragon Rider, I agree. I mean, I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around it too. And, you know, it's crazy just kind of seeing these numbers with you guys and we're seeing it together, right? So it's like, it just, I mean, I think the bottom line is that these sites have got to be making like legit, you know, obviously great money in order to try to command prices like a couple hundred thousand all the way up to like millions. You know, they're bringing in money. So yeah, you know what's funny? As like the likes went up on this video, I was like, all right, where's Damien? He's somewhere in the background. Like his spirit is like, you know, kind of hovering around. And he's like, come on, let's get that milk. We're at 18. We got to get up to 20. That's so funny. That's like the bar now is like 20 likes for a live stream. That's so funny. So anybody out there, we'd love for you to hit the like button if you guys are enjoying this content. I appreciate it. So yeah, well, you haven't, well, I say you haven't missed much. I mean, we're going on like almost 2 hours here. So we definitely talked about website flipping and quick plug. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the cousin of website flipping, which is domain flipping. And I didn't actually put those back to back on purpose. It was just kind of like, it kind of just happened that way. So tomorrow, today's website flipping, tomorrow's domain flipping. So if anybody out there is interested in domain flipping, and I'm gonna actually show some like real world examples of a domain that I flipped not too long ago. So it's not too crazy. You know, the dollar amount isn't too crazy, but it just proves that it works, which is probably the most important part of it. So yeah, I'm excited for you guys to see that tomorrow. Definitely. So okay, so what skills do I need for website flipping? So basic knowledge of SEO, that's kind of a no-brainer, you know, basic SEO, some website design, or like we were talking about earlier, if you want to use like a drag and drop kind of platform like a Wix or like a Squarespace, even like GoDaddy has kind of like almost like a drag and drop platform. You can totally use those. Content creation, so creating images, video, that kind of thing, and then digital marketing, basically figuring out how to market your website, market your brand. So yeah, you do need a lot of skills, right? So I think this is why people like naturally like have teams that really have them help, excuse me, do this because it's a lot to take on. It's a lot to take on as one person. So yeah, that is a lot of skills, right? So, and then just kind of wrapping up in a high level sense, how do I determine the value of a website? So you're gonna, number one, you're gonna evaluate the traffic, right? So how many monthly visitors does the traffic have? The revenue, how much money is the website actually bringing in? So in terms of, you know, most likely you're going to base it off of gross numbers. Yes. You know what's funny is I only see it as 19 on my side. I'm always like down one, but that's awesome. That's thank you guys so much. If anybody out there has hit the like button, I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you for helping out with that. So, so evaluating traffic, we talked about that, revenue, and then picking the niche. So the value of the website, the niche does play a certain role in the actual value of the website in terms of like supply and demand kind of thing. The growth potential, I think that just builds off of the traffic and the revenue and the niche all together. What is the growth potential of the website? Do you have people coming in and doing sponsors as far as like sponsoring posts? Do you have, multiple streams of income on this particular blog or website? And then finally, what are some of like the market trends in terms of how do you actually, hey, Bookie Wookies, how you doing? Great to see you or great to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. So tracking like whatever is in the market, you're gonna want to basically kind of assess. Okay, you don't necessarily want to go after something that's viral because we all know that that could just, you know, that could just kind of be a 24-hour thing. It could be weeks thing, could be months thing. So you definitely don't want to kind of focus on that. But I would say figuring out what the trends are, and if you kind of focus on more of like evergreen content, which is like something that people need, use, like every day, all day, doesn't matter what time of year it is, if it's a certain holiday or a certain season, evergreen is just stuff that is always going to be relevant. People are always going to seek answers to education and so forth. So, and then this one we didn't really talk about too specifically, but what are the risks involved in website flipping? I'm gonna pause for a second. I want to see what do you guys think, like as far as a risk. So, can you think of any risks off the top of your head in terms of website, like flipping websites? Okay, so Dragon Matter asks, what factors do you consider when looking for a website to flip? Yeah, so I would definitely look for um, traffic in terms of how much monthly traffic is going to the website. Um, in terms of, I would only look on one of these platforms that gives you an insight into the analytics. So traffic, I would look at what the niche is to see if I would think that that would be something that you know it could grow, that kind of thing. Um, and then I also look at revenue, so revenue numbers. And the whole point behind selling your website on a platform is that when you have these brokers, you know that the revenue and all of the financial information is going to be validated, and they won't just put it out there just for the heck of it. I mean, it has to be validated and it has to be legitimate. So I would go off of that. So traffic, the revenue, and then also maybe how many streams of income do they have? Do they have social media that you can kind of tie into as far as that goes? Because you want to make sure that you're not just looking at the website itself. You want to have different sources, and different ways to kind of market yourself. So, is there social media accounts involved? That would be another part. So, Kumo says trademarked and copyrighted material. Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, that's definitely something I would consider definitely a risk. So, making sure that you don't have any kind of trademark or copyright material on when you build this. That way, you're not gonna, you know, get into yourself into hot water later down the road. So, so do they? Kimo asked, do they vet your site before they agree to sell it to you? Yes, definitely. Yep. So they'll vet it, and they have the process that they kind of go through, and they have this criteria that they'll follow in terms of accepting a website even onto the marketplace. So there's definitely a lot of checks and balances that they do in terms of making sure that the websites are legit, all the financials are correct, and everything is on the up and up as far as a legal sense. So, yep. Yeah, so Kumo asks, what's a process like to approach a broker to sell? So when you go to one of these platforms, there's a form that you fill out, and you can put in all your information, everything. If it's a business that's tied to the website, you type in obviously all your contact information, and then you're going to type in all the website information, all the data. You're going to provide statements on, whether it be from your payment processor in terms of like PayPal, Stripe, whatever it is, to prove that you are making this much money. It could be maybe from your Amazon Associates account, or if you're using another affiliate marketing account like a dashboard. Anything you can do to prove that the financials and those are correct. So you're going to fill out basically like a huge form, and then you submit it, and they'll come back to you. Like a broker will be assigned to your particular website, and then that's how you can start the interaction or the communication about if you're a good fit to have your website be sold. So Dragon Rider asks, is there any history of a website that was flipped? You mean in terms of like, is there any place to go to know if the website was flipped, like just kind of as a whole, if it was flipped? I don't know if there's a site that you can go to that specifically mentions if a website was flipped, like if it was changed hands, that kind of thing, bought and sold. Um, I don't know if there's any historical data on some of these platforms that you can search to find out if it was flipped. Um, Unless you're on a platform like this and you kind of see the website, that may be the only way that you can tell. Because I can't think of anything off the top of my head that will show you any historical data as far as, okay, almost like a Carfax for a car. Was this in an accident? That kind of thing. I don't know of any sites, unless anybody out there might know, but I can't think of anything that will specifically tell you, hey, this website was flipped. No, those are great questions. So I just want to mention real quick, I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you so much for everybody joining the live stream and participating and chatting and interacting, sharing all your stories and your experiences. Um, yeah. So our channel is not monetized. So if you feel inclined to help, send a donation. At the very top of this live stream chat, there is a pinned comment, and we have Buy Me a Coffee, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, everything at the top. So if you feel inclined to donate, we'd greatly appreciate that. So yeah, Dragon Rider, I would love to see that too. Definitely. I'm gonna look. I'll see if I can find something, and then in a future live stream, if I can find it, we'll circle back around. So I'll try to find it for tomorrow, because we're kind of on the same lines of website and domain flipping. So I'll see if I can find it for tomorrow, and then we can take a look on the lives tomorrow. So yeah, so Kumo asks, are there common mistakes people make when trying to flip a site? I would just say, if you're trying to do it on your own, not through a platform or like a service, maybe undervalue. As far as like the market fluctuations, like undervaluing your website or potentially overvaluing it. So if you buy it and you think it's making in this much money, and you don't have, a broker to kind of deal with like the back end data and to confirm all of that, if you try to do it outside of a platform, I think I would be more risky in terms of paying a little bit extra, or giving up a cut, that kind of thing. So. Thank you, Sweetums. I really appreciate it. So I think we're gonna kind of wind down here, guys, for this live stream. It's definitely time for me to refill this and kind of rest the old voice. Um, but I just want to real quick take a poll. Anybody have any other questions here? Um, yeah. So Bookie Wookie says, what were the platforms you mentioned that broker for you? Yeah. So they are. Let me write them down. So it's Flippa and oops. and Empire. What was the other one? Empire Flippers, I think was the name. Yeah. Empire Flippers are the website flipping platforms with brokers. Okay. Of course, I spelled brokers wrong. I don't even think I can edit this comment, can I? Nope. Okay. Sorry, I spelled it wrong. Brokers, not two R's, but that's all right. So, yeah, I really hope everybody had a good time and learned something on this live stream. It was definitely action packed. And if you guys happen to miss anything, if you just joined, if you happen to miss anything, you're more than welcome to watch a replay or watch as much as you want. I really appreciate all the support that you guys have given across the entire challenge here. So we are going on. We're officially at day 15, and we're going for another 15 days. We're going live every day. I can't erase it. We're going live for 15 more days. So definitely it's not too late to join in on this challenge or to catch up on what you missed. So the first 15 days are all killer ideas too. So if you want to check it out, everything from affiliate marketing to blogging to virtual assistant to what else? I already said blogging. Drop shipping. We talked about drop shipping. We talked about there's a lot. There's a lot in the first 15 days. So definitely, if you guys aren't subscribed and you'd like to come along on this, this challenge with us, definitely hit the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. And make sure that you guys are around. You're around for this thing because, it's only good. We only have the topics are not slowing down. So we're doing domain flipping tomorrow. And then the next day, we're going to talk about app development. So I wonder where Nicholas is, if he's going to come back on one of these things. So maybe if he does, he could catch that one. So we'll see. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna rest my voice now. So I just want to say thank you again. Can you eventually put all the past lives in a play? Yeah, yeah. No, that's a great idea, Sweetums. I will definitely do that. I'll definitely put all the past lives in a playlist. And what I can do is I'll work on that app. Sorry, app, like an app on your phone. I do need that app development though. I think that's what I need is the app development. Yeah. I'll work on putting in the playlist so you guys can find it really easy. So for the 30-day challenge, that's a good idea to keep it all organized. So app Bookie, come on. Where you at, Bookie? So thank you guys so very much. All right, everybody, I hope you guys have a great night. Great night out there, and be safe. Definitely don't forget, if you want to hang out with us, for sure hit the subscribe button and come along and let's hang out. Anybody out there that's been with us, thank you so much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, I forgot to mention real quick, we do have a Facebook group. So if you guys would like to join, it's totally free. It's more of a way that we can kind of interact. We can interact a little more intimately, a little more closely. So if you'd like to join, feel free to join that and pop in. You guys are more than welcome. I can't believe I forgot the group. So we just been kind of talking and everything, so it's all good. So yeah, that's a good way. That the Facebook group is a great way to reach. If you have like quick questions, just come on and post them in the Facebook group. So obviously, just have fun with it, be respectful, that kind of thing. But yeah, you're welcome. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. So all right, everybody. I hope you guys have a great night out there, and be safe. Don't forget tomorrow. Day 16. Day 16. Domain flipping tomorrow. So around the same time. That's awesome. Thank you guys for the 20 likes. I really appreciate that. That's super cool. That is awesome. So thank you. All right, guys. Everybody have a great night out there. Be safe. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. If not, definitely catch one of the lives on replay for sure. So, all right, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.